Alright, what is up, everybody? We are back with another edition of Everyday Hoops. Hope you guys are having a good one. Today, we're going to be recapping more playoff basketball. Last time, we had a couple more Game 2s, a couple of series now are 2-0, a couple of series at 1-1. We're going to talk all about it here in today's video. Thank you guys for the views on the videos and the shorts recently. I really appreciate it. If you do like the content around here, consider subscribing, liking, turn notifications, also like that. I'd really appreciate it. We love it a lot. We're on the road to 1,000 subscribers, getting closer and closer as the days go on. So all support around the channel be very much appreciated. Link to my Twitter and all that stuff down in the description below. And yeah, don't waste any more of your time. Let's get right into it. So we'll start with the first game of the day. We had Bucks Pacers. The Pacers win this game 123-115, doing both games at home and go up 2-0 going back to Milwaukee. Dame returned in this game, which is really awesome to see. But the Pacers still do their thing. They put up 40 points in the first quarter, but the Bucks keep the game close. I mean, the Pacers came out early and were just on fire. Everybody was hitting shots. The Bucks still kind of looked out of sync at a lot of points in this game. And then, the end of the second quarter, the Bucks ended the second quarter strong. Giannis, Brook Lopez really stepped up big in the first half. Dame was hitting some shots in the first half. Kuzma finally was getting to the rim and finally making some shots. And the Bucks kept this game close, man. I mean, every time I felt like the Pacers were gonna blow the game open and go on a crazy run and be up 25 or whatever, the Bucks had a little response to everything. Whether it was Giannis, then in the third quarter started to, you know, establish himself and get to the free throw line and score easy inside. Then we get to the fourth quarter. Bobby Portis steps up. He scores 11 points in the fourth quarter. And at one point, the Bucks made this a three-point game with like about a minute or 2 minutes left. And then the last few possessions, Pascal Siakam gets a wide open three because of miscommunication, makes it. And then Adrian Nembhard steps up and hits a huge three-pointer late in this game. And that ends up sealing the deal. And the Pacers end up winning this game. For Indiana, yeah, Pascal gave you 24 and 11, just doing his thing. Tyrese Halliburton had a way better game offensively, 21, 5, and 12. He had three three-pointers in this one. And then, yeah, Andrew Nembhard. I know we give the playoff moniker to a lot of people. Like, playoff this guy, playoff this guy. I think playoff Nembhard is becoming a real thing. I mean, he gave you 17 points, 6 assists. The numbers don't look out of your mind, but those last few minutes, he made the pass to Pascal, being patient. He hit the big three-pointer. He made some huge plays down the stretch, and he's did that last year as well. So maybe playoff Nembhard may be becoming a real thing. Then Aaron Nesmith hit 4 threes. Miles Turner gave you 15. Bennedict Mather gave you 14 off the bench. Indiana shot 44% from three. They made all 19 of their free throws. They won the assist battle. Only had 8 turnovers while forcing 16. Just playing like they've been playing. They've been playing with pace. Everybody's been getting involved. Today they had 6 players scoring double figures. I think last game they had like 6 or 7 scoring double figures. And then, yeah, Nembhard stepping up. I was turning to making big plays. Pascal has just been smooth in this series. Even the guys off the bench like Jarace Walker and TJ McConnell, even Thomas Bryant, even though he only got 2 rebounds and a block as a stat line, he played with some good energy in his 7 minutes he gave. So Indiana's just playing better. And then defensively, they're also stepping up. They're not known as a defense team, but they've been very solid, flying around, forcing turnovers, and playing solid on that end, which is really all they need, because they know they have the offense to sustain scoring a lot of points. And then for Milwaukee, that's more we're going to talk about. Giannis gave you 34, 18, and 7. He had a slow start to this game. Only had like what? He had 14 in the first half. I didn't feel like he had 14 in the first half though. But I mean, he did a lot of good things in this game. Bobby Portis steps up, give you 28 and 12. He hit 6 threes. He had the Bobby Portis game. Dame, unfortunately, only hit 3 points in the second half. Started the game off kind of slow. Got a little bit into a rhythm in the second quarter. Second half, just couldn't really get into a rhythm, man. 2 for 8 from 3. Taking a lot of tough, contested shots. And there was also some times where I thought he should have been more aggressive, and he wasn't. There were some times where he passed it out or passed it early and was just sitting on the wing when it was like, dang, man, you kind of need to get involved. I understand this is his first game back in like over a month due to the blood clot and all that stuff. He's still trying to get back to a rhythm. But this is the playoffs, man. Like, he's kind of needs to step up. You saw some good things from Kyle Kuzma. He started off the game really bad, but eventually got it going, was getting to the rim and doing all that stuff. Brook Lopez had 4 blocks. He was doing some decent things. Cam Porter Jr. hit a shot or two. That was really nice. But still, for Milwaukee, honestly, for me, it's the perimeter defense. The perimeter defense is bad. It's really bad. Like, I can't even tell you how many times there was a miscommunication somewhere that led to a wide open shot. Even in the last 2, the Pascal Siakam shot, that gave the Pacers 6 point lead in the fourth quarter. Literally, I was watching the off ball, and it was literally like they all communicated well at one point. Like Giannis said, "I'll go here," Dame, Torian Prince, and then all of a sudden, Pascal was just wide open. Like I don't know who forgot to switch. I got to go back and watch it again, and just someone was left wide open. It was like you can't do that in the playoffs in general, but you can't do that at that point in the game in the fourth quarter when you're down three on a comeback and you give up a wide open 3 pointer. You just can't do that. Like that happened so many times in this game and in game one where the Bucks just give up a wide open three just because it was just like someone didn't roll or someone didn't switch, someone didn't rotate. And it happened. I mean, if it happens once or twice, whatever. But it feels like it happens like happens out of every like 10 possessions, it happens like 4 or 5 times that someone gets a wide open shot. The Pacers just getting whatever they want in this series. And it's like, you can't do that. Like, this is the playoffs right now. I mean, if it was a preseason and you just got back into shape, whatever. But we are in the playoffs, game two. If you lose this game, you're now 2-0. And we're still having miscommunications and we're still having like bad defensive rotations and we're still doing this. Like, it's bad. The Prayer defense is really bad, man. Like, I just can't get over how many times I've seen someone get a wide open shot, literally just strictly based off just bad defense and like a poor communication to your teammates. Like so many times. And I think that's really what's losing them the series. Like again, last game, the first two games, where game one they were down most of the game, then they had a little bit of stretch to make it a little bit of a comeback, but they couldn't really get over the hump. This game as well, where they were kind of in the game when they shouldn't have been, because I felt like the Pacers were up by like 22. It was only like a 12, 14 point game. They made it close at the end, got into a 3 point game, and then the perimeter defense just cannot hold up with this team. You know. Also, I don't like the Torian Prince minutes. Torian Prince, I mean, he hit two threes in this game, but there was a lot of moments when I was like, bro, Torian Prince, he's a lot of that defensive miscommunication. He gave up a lot. There was one play where literally I forgot what exactly happened, but they were coming down the court and he ran to someone else's man and gave up a wide open three to Pascal Siakam. And it was like, bro, what are you doing? And he had that so many times. I feel like a lot of defense communications was Torian Prince was involved in it. And then offensively, he was just really like not aggressive enough. He has to be a guy that takes a lot of shots. He shot well from three in the regular season. I just don't like the Torian Prince minutes at this point. He's a negative 13 in this game. I just don't like what I've seen from him. And yeah, man. Now Milwaukee, you're down 2-0, going back home. The series is not over yet. It's obviously not over. They could come down and win 2 games at home, and things are really different. But what they're gonna need Dame to be more aggressive. They're gonna need more of a Dame-like performance, which is again is really tough to ask for him coming back from not playing basketball in over a month. But that's just kind of what they need right now. It's what they need. They need Dame to have a big game in game three. They need him to have one of those 25, 30 something point games for the Bucks. Bobby Portis looks like he's found a rhythm. They got to keep Bobby Portis in rhythm. They're going to need Kevin Porter Jr., Kuzma. Now, Kuzma looks like he's probably found a little bit of something now. He was attacking the basket, getting to the free throw line. He had a big offensive rebound or two in this game as well. So maybe getting Kyle Kuzma more engaged. Maybe seeing those go through the rim. Maybe unlocks Kyle Kuzma a little bit more. But they just need to clean up the defense and the turnovers, man. Like it's really the little things, the unforced things that is what's losing them the series. It's the unforced turnovers and the miscommunication on defense. That's really what it is. They're gonna have to clean that up. If they don't clean that up, the Pacers are gonna run away with it because the Pacers are a team that gets up a lot of volume of shots. They're on fire right now. A lot of their guys are on fire right now, and they feed off of turnovers and getting out in transition and running. That's what they do. So the Bucks need to clean up the little things, man. And if they could do that, they have a better chance in the series. But obviously, Game 3 looks like a must-win. I expect Giannis to come out and still do his thing, but it's really just gonna be like who's gonna come over with Giannis and help keep the season alive. Next, we have the Thunder Grizzlies game 2. Thunder ended up winning this game 118-99. Um, I don't really know much more to say about this series. I mean, they came out had a really good first quarter, put up 32 in the first quarter. The Grizzlies did make this game at some point. The Grizzlies made it like what, a 9 point game, 8 point game, even lower at multiple points at the second and third quarter, but it just wasn't enough, man. Like Shea started to get going late in this game. Chet and Jada were awesome in this one as well. Caruso gave him some amazing minutes off the bench. And Memphis still just looks really kind of like discombobulated. I mean, double the amount of turnovers. They shot 32% from three. Lost the rebounding battle by a lot, 55-42 in the rebounding battle. And yeah, Memphis just looks. It just looks like this series. Honestly, just looks like there's different levels to this. But OKC is showing that there's different levels to this. Like Memphis didn't play a horrible game in game two, but it just OKC is just on another level. I mean, Jaren finally woke up, gave you 26. Ja started the game off really, really slow. He gave you 23 at the end. Bain gave you 19 points. He tried to contribute on the rebounding, but it was just, I mean, the brothers, I mean, Zach Edey, 26 minutes, 4 points, 7 rebounds. The bench did not really provide much anything at all. And yeah, OKC just was doing other things. Shea gave you 27, 8, and 5. Another not great shooting night, 10 for 29, 3 for 10 from 3, but still finding a way. Jada, 24, 6, and 5, another great game. Chet gave you 20, 11, 5 blocks, 3 threes. He was awesome in this one. 10 rebounds for Hardenstein off the bench, 9 rebounds for Lou Dort. Alex Caruso gave you 13, 3 steals. He was a plus 18 in this game, hit 3 threes. So when you're getting that production, and yeah, okay, it's just that's really what the series is. It's just OKC's on a different level than Memphis, and it just looked bad at certain points in this game. I mean, again, Memphis had more pride in this game and made it a little bit competitive at certain points, but I think everybody knows that OKC is just gonna run away with this because OKC just is on another level than Memphis. It's just the defensive intensity that they're showing right now is elite. The defense that OKC's playing is really what's winning them this series. It's been their defense because they haven't really had insane offensive moments. Like Shea is shooting 37% from the field. You know, like there's still some guys out here that aren't even playing their best offensive game. Last night wasn't their best offensive game. I mean, Lou Dort was 2 for 7. Hardenstein only hit 3 shots. You know, like Isaiah Joe was 1 for 5 from 3, and Wiggins didn't hit a 3-pointer. Like it wasn't their best shooting night or whatever, and they still just dominated because their defense is so amazing. You know, their defense is just so amazing that they're just gonna get steals, lock you up, get out in transition, and run away with it. And yeah, I don't really have much more to say about this series. Um, it's probably gonna be 4. Like I don't know. Like I was saying, like Memphis can get a game. Memphis can get a game. Memphis can get a game. I don't think they can after the first 2 games. Watch it. Like it's just OKC's just on a different level, and especially I think it'd be better for OKC because now you look at the other side. They're gonna play the winner of the Clippers Nuggets series. Those teams together are gonna beat each other up, going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. If I'm OKC, I'm trying to get this series done as quickly as possible. Get them out here in 4, so we can have a couple of days of rest before we're gonna have a really tough matchup. So that rest is gonna be very important for us against them, especially if that series goes 6 or 7, which it looks like it's gonna go. So if OKC, I'm just get this series done, get this series over with. Let's not waste your time and rest up for the next series. In the final game we had, Lakers Timberwolves game 2. The Lakers come out and win this one 94-85, and they tie the series at 1. They came out from the get-go and stepped on the Timberwolves' necks. This was kind of what I was expecting. When I said after game 1, I was like, I'm more excited because I don't know if I said in the video, but I said I feel like the Lakers are gonna do to Minnesota like what Minnesota did to them in game 1 and game 2. I just had a feeling, and that's kind of what happened. I mean, Luka came out with 16 in the first quarter. The threes were falling. The intensity was just, this was a different Laker team than in game 1. You know, this was a team that was hungry for it, that was ready for the intensity, that hit the Timberwolves in the mouth from the get go, and everything was going great. Everyone was involved. The defense was a lot better, and the Lakers just started running away with this game. And for Minnesota, it just looked kind of weird. You know, 3-point shot was the falling one, but also it was just, you know, Anthony Edwards, I feel like, wasn't aggressive enough early in this game. The defensive kind of discipline was not the great. You know, like Timberwolves in game 1 were very disciplined defensively. They were playing one-on-one, letting Luka and LeBron do whatever they want scoring-wise, but we're not going to get anyone else involved. This game, it didn't really feel like that. This game, the discipline wasn't there. There's a lot of helping and switching when I felt like there shouldn't have been. You know, and that was leading to wide open threes, which is what was going to kill you. And also, Rudy Gobert played solid defense in this one. You know, I know a lot of people are going to think that he got cooked because Luka was making him look a little weird, but Luka only scored like once or twice on his possessions, by the way. But yeah, I mean, Minnesota did turn this game around at some point, made it a good game. Anthony Edwards started to get going. Julius Randle wasn't bad in this game at all. Naz Reid had some big shots in the fourth quarter. They made this again. The Lakers only scored 13 points in the fourth quarter, 5 for 19. But LeBron got a big steal and a shot, and there just wasn't enough time left in the clock for Minnesota. But encouraging sign for Minnesota. They didn't give up and just give in. They could have, after the first quarter and a half, they could have just gave up and been like, hey, we got one at home. or we got one on the road already. We're going back home. It's gonna be 1-1, whatever. But they did come back and fight and make it as a close game. Luka gives you 31, 12, and 9. Great game from him. 11 for 11 for the free throw line. 21, 11, and 7 for LeBron. 16, 5, and 5 for Reeves. Rory gave you some good minutes. Gave Vince hit a couple of shots. Dorian Finney-Smith hit a shot or two. I mean, the Lakers still shot 6 for 29 from three. Wasn't a great three-point shooting night for them. But they did go 20 for 20 from the free throw line. They won the rebounding battle, won the assist battle 23 to 14. Lost the turnover battle only by one. But yeah, I mean, for the Lakers, it really was just the intensity. The intensity level picked up for them, where they came out and punched them early. Their ball was moving. I mean, LeBron and Luka combined for probably, 6 assists maybe in their last game? I don't remember off the top of my head. This game, they had 16 assists, 9 assists, 7 assists. And that you could see with Reeves having 16, Rory having 11. Finney-Smith got 3 3-point attempts. Gabe Vincent had four 3-point attempts. Reeves got 6 3-point attempts. So everybody was, getting more shots. Luke was more in control in this game and more, dominant in this than he was in game one. And yeah, the Lakers come out and have a big game, that they needed to win. And for Minnesota, just again, tough. The 3-point shot, 5 for 25 from three. Lakers didn't have a great 3-point shooting night, but Minnesota was worse. Minnesota came from having a ballistic shooting night to nothing was falling. I mean, Ant was 2 for 8, Randall was 2 for 4, Nas hit 1. Besides that, McDaniels over 3, Conley over 3, Nikhil over 2, Dante over 2. Yeah, I mean, Randall and Edwards combined for 52 of the 85 points. I mean, those two were solid. I mean, Randall had 27, 4, and 6. Only one turnover as well. He was solid. And gave you 25 and 6. Would like to see him a little more aggressive at some points. But besides that, yeah, Jaden McDaniels had a big game one. Game two just was very limited. Could not really do much. Also had 5 fouls in this one as well. Was not making his shots and just could not really get anything going. My colleague couldn't make a shot. And the bench wasn't as productive as it was in game one. Nas had a big fourth quarter. Besides that, he didn't really do much. Nikhil, was good defensively and all that stuff, but he's been struggling to shoot so far in these first 2 games. Dante didn't really make a big impact. He was on negative 17 in his minutes. So yeah, I mean, Lakers are about as good of a game plan as good as a game 2 as you can get, really. Where Luka was on fire, the assists and the playmaking was rolling in, the intensity level was up, and Minnesota's role players could not really do much against the Lakers. So that's perfectly. Lakers went, it was played into the Lakers' hands perfectly. That's what I'm trying to say. But again, you saw Minnesota come back, and Minnesota had some fight in this game, which I really, really like to see. And now we're 1-1. Now we're going back to Minnesota. And now this is where it's going to get good. Because the first 2 games of the series weren't great score-wise, and it was kind of one team was in control for most of it. But now I'm expecting game 3 and game 4 after one game of each side, one game of Minnesota shooting the lights out and catching the Lakers, to the next game the Lakers catching Minnesota and playing a whole lot better, Minnesota playing bad. Now I'm expecting it to balance out at some point in game 3 and game 4, where now we're really going to get into the, real, like, both teams are playing good or both teams are not playing so good. Who's going to come out with that there? We haven't seen that in this series yet. And at least we hope we get it. I hope we don't get like a Denver, Minnesota last year where every game was a blowout. It was going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, blowout. Now I think at some point it's going to have to balance out. And now we're going to really see who, when it comes down to the last few minutes in the clutch, who's going to really take it. I'm very excited for that. But yeah, for Minnesota, I'm not super, super worried. I mean, our role players play bad and all that stuff. We only had 2 players scoring double figures. And yeah, we only lost by 9 points. That's some. Like, we shot 20% from 3. And I rebounded. Luke and LeBron went off. We had 2 players scoring double figures. Our role players did nothing. We only lost by 9 points. So, if I'm Minnesota, I don't think I'm really tripping about this. And especially, we only got 1. We got game 1 in LA. So we did our job. Road teams, you got to win at least 1 on the road in the first 2. Now we're going back home. We have at least 1 win, where we could definitely win 2 at home and be up 3-1. But the Lakers, just the intent. They got to keep this intensity level up. They can't go back and fall back to what game 1 was doing. Like, they're going to have to keep this intensity up. The role players are going to need to start still hit shots. I'm still waiting for Austin Reeves to start having, a big game in this series. I think he's going to have a big game in this series for LA, with them really maybe going back to the the Luka LeBron defense that was happening in game 1. Austin Reeves is going to have a big game in this one, I feel like. But if Luka and LeBron can still keep on the attack like they were in this game, I like the way they are aggressive in this one. Lakers are gonna be fine. So I'm very excited, man. Every game has me more and more excited for this series. Like I cannot wait to see what the adjustments are made, how Minnesota fights back at home after this loss. And yeah, it's gonna be a really good series, man. I can feel it. It's gonna be a very good series. But yeah, it's gonna be it for today. Hope you guys enjoyed. Once again, if you enjoyed the content around here, consider subscribing, liking, turn notifications to also like that. I'd really appreciate it. It really helps out a lot. Once again, we're on the road to 1,000 subscribers, so all support around the channel, we very much appreciate it. And yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow.